Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Today we are going to set up my work planner for the month of December. So let's get right into it. I actually don't have a ton of stuff to set up for my work planner, and I'm excited about that because my catch-alls for the whole month, for the whole quarter four, have been a lot to set up. But the systems I use, I shouldn't have to spend too much time setting up my planners every month. And so my work planner has been falling into that system really well, but I'm still getting there with my catch-all. But anyway, this is about the work planner. This is my work planner. I use custom inserts to set this up. So if I flip through my work planner, I don't have anything that I need to add to my goals section. I think we're good to go here. My strategy section, I don't have any inserts to add to my strategy section. A lot of my Franken planner sections in my work planner are kind of static. They don't change frequently because there are things like stats, content strategy. It's just more of like FYI information for me. That's how I use my work planner. My project section, I like to keep project planning sheets and checklists so that when I am working on a project, I can plan that out. For example, here is a project of me launching my newsletter, which I still have not done. I'm really late on that. But I don't have to refill this every month if I have pages to use. Same with my ideas section. It's just blank note paper. So what I definitely need to do though is update my monthly inserts. That's the main thing that I update each month in here. And I have printed off a new set of inserts. So I use a this month, next month approach to my monthlies. And that way I have the current month and then I can pre-plan into the next month as needed. I also currently have two sections within each month. I have kind of like my main scheduling section, which is just my monthly and my monthly goals, and then I get into my weeklies. I have been testing this kind of double-sided weekly approach where one side is a one-page hourly Monday through Sunday and the other side is a one-page modified vertical similar to the parenting layout Monday through Sunday. This has worked so great. So I am using that for December as well. But the first part of my month includes my scheduling pages, and then the second part of the month includes my content sections. And that is where I track my content for Planning by Eva. I have my pre-planning pages in here, and then my monthly that I don't really decorate. It is purely a content tracker. So that is the setup. What I need to do is take out the current month and put in a new month, right? Because I'm setting this up for December. Now, typically, I'm going to leave my dividers in here because what I was about to say is typically, if this was not December, I would still have 2 months in here. I would just put in a new month. Basically, my December would become this month, and then the next month would be January if I was keeping this planner. But since I am completely changing this planner around for 2026, I'm not going to add a second month in here. December is going to be the last month. So I am just going to take December, move it over, and December becomes this month. And then I'm going to put this next month tab in here just to keep track of it because I am going to repurpose these dividers in 2026. So I don't want to take it out and then misplace it. But I really only have 1 month in here, and that is December. These months for November will go into my storage section, and that'll be it for the whole year. So let's take a look at the December month. It is this, because I do need to change out some pages. I have this month tab, which is December. I have my content tab, which was from November, so that's in the wrong spot. So let me go ahead and put this back. The same with next month. I don't want to lose this because I was going so good, y'all. I hadn't messed up at all, and there I go messing up. Anyway, I don't want to lose these dividers because I will use them in 2026. So let's do this again. December, this month. Frosted divider, I get these from Amazon. Vellum, I print these. I printed this for December. I love it. My decorative dashboard for December is this beautiful lady with this little snow falling down. Love her. So very wintry feel, and I think it's just beautiful for December. And then it's double-sided, so I do have a winter scene on the back. And then we get into the month of December, right? Which is just a calendar. And then we get into our goals. And then we get into our weekly. But if you notice, this is the old weekly I was using. So I need to change this to my new weekly, the layout that I have fallen in love with. So we're going to replace this December month with this combined layout that I will be using in 2026. I like it that much. I have decided to stick with it for 2026. So we have December calendar. I leave these two pages blank on purpose so that you can either just glue them together or use this as notes pages. I have found that it's great to use it as notes pages. Then I get into my monthly dashboard. So I have a monthly focus and my monthly goals. And then we get into my weekly. These are undated. I will date these as I decorate them, and I have enough for 5 weeks. So this is really a straightforward planner setup. Like I said, I have 2 sections in here. So the content section for this month, I didn't have to make any changes to this, but I've already done some pre-planning in the content section, and we will go over that in this video. But I have my content focus and priorities, my pre-planning calendar, and then my monthly video schedule. So we are going to definitely get into that for this month. And then in my content section, I also have a blank, it's dated, but it's a blank December calendar. This is from my Caliber Plan 2025 planner. Next year, I will not be using a Caliber Plan. I will be printing my own inserts. But this is the last month. I'm so happy to say I've used the entire planner. But I only need the monthly. I can take out these weeklies because I only use the monthly for tracking my video posting schedule. So this is like a tracker. That's all I use it for. And then I have my blank sections because this is the end of the year, so I don't have any more months to put in here. These loose pages are like notes that I'm making for my 2026 setups, so I'm excited to get into that. But that is it for my setup. Really quick for December. I want to say a couple of things. You guys know that I print a lot of planners, and it can seem like a hassle to print planners. I know that. But it's really not. Now, sometimes my videos are all over the place and it makes it even feel more like a hassle. But that's just because I'm unorganized and I don't script these videos, I guess, like others do, or plan them out. I just kind of turn on the camera and start talking. So I'm all over the place with my videos. But I just want to say that I have created a system where it should be very easy to update my planners every month. Just as this was really easy, my catch-all is supposed to be this easy too. It hasn't been in November because I've been through a lot of changes, but really Using this month and next month system, it keeps things really, really simple, because all I really have to do each month is come in and put in 1 month of inserts that I've already printed, because I usually print 3 months at a time. So I have enough for the entire quarter. So when I set up my planners, even though I make my own planners, I'm not printing every month. That's what I'm kind of wanting to say to you. I actually do all my printing at the beginning of the quarter. And then I just keep those inserts in an inserts binder for that quarter. And then when the next quarter comes up, I'll print my inserts for the next quarter. And so when you're seeing me change out these inserts each month, I'm not printing them each month. Now that was different for the fall, because I was rolling out new planners and new inserts, testing what I needed to use in 2026. So I did a lot more changing up and printing on the fly than I usually do. But generally throughout the year, these setups are just as simple, even though I am printing my own inserts. So I just wanted to take a moment and point that out to you. Okay, so now that we have that out the way, let's do a little bit of work in this planner. I'm not going to do any weekly decorating with you, but I do want to go over how I use my pre-planning content section. So I've already started this, because that's the point of having pre-planning. I say this all the time. The point of pre-planning is to actually, pre-plan. So this is why I have 2 months in each setup also, because it gives me space that I can start working on the next month before the next month gets here. So I've already gone through and put my goals for my content planning by Eva work for December. So my priorities, I'm not going to go through these one by one. I just wanted to kind of show you how I use this section, but I list my priorities. I have a lot of priorities related to 2026 planning, content planning, goals planning. All of that stuff is really it's December. So that has to be my priority. As far as my products and stuff, this layout that you saw me use is currently not available in my shop because it was under test. So I need to get this listed in my shop before the end of December. So that's a new product I need to add. And I just need to, the other new product I have for December is going to be, I hope it's going to be a minimal catch-all planner. We'll see how that goes. And then I just have a note here of doing some content updates for 2026, changing some approaches to how I do my videos and doing a lot more plan with me's, not just decorating with me. And then leaning in really hard on showing affordable options for planning and ways to kind of keep the community more accessible to more people. So I'm starting to kind of think about 2026, and I'm using this content focus and priorities page to help me do that in December. And then I use it to make just a to-do list for the month. So that's already made. Then the next section in my pre-planning is where I come in and I use an erasable pen to do a tentative schedule of all my videos that I'm going to post in that month. Now I have a ton of videos in December, just like everybody will, because it's the end of the year, and you're doing your regular planning videos, but you're also doing your 2026 setup videos and your 2026 planning videos. And it's a huge holiday at the end of December, so you often have extra videos with that. And you have a ton of hauls coming up because it is a huge shopping holiday and it's just a lot that's going on. So this schedule looks crazy. It really does. And I already have to make some changes with you in this video because I just have to be flexible. But this is how I use this pre-planning page. And like I said, I do this typically, a week and a half to a week before the end of the prior month, because I film a week early, so I need to know what I'm filming, and this, you know what I mean? So this is essential for content planning. If you don't have a pre-planning system in your content planning, you probably need one. Okay, so the back of this page, is where I just have a running list of my video ideas. So it kind of starts like this: potential videos. These are my ideas. This is like a brain dump. And then I kind of go through these and think, okay, this makes sense. That doesn't make sense. This makes sense. That doesn't make sense. And I put it on my tentative 1-page calendar with any notes. Now that I've done that, I come in and I list the schedule. So this is like a firm schedule at this point. And I just do this by, let me label, sorry. I just do this by channel. So this is planning by Eva. So if you didn't figure it out, this is the plan with me portion of this video. And it's not going to be, oh, I totally messed up that camera. Okay, we're back, y'all. And it's not going to be long because, again, I'm just focusing on this one section. So I pulled this page out. I'm trying to get somewhere so we can see together. And this page, this monthly video schedule, is where, and I use a erasable pen for this. So I just wanted to use the black pen for the title. But I take my erasable pen because it's still not confirmed and things will change. And I go from idea to something a little bit more firm. Now this may change. It really might, but it typically doesn't change that much. So I come in and I label the weeks. I start on Mondays. So this month technically has 5 weeks, but it's only a couple days in that 5th week. So you know how it is. Then what I tend to do is I list at the top my typical post days. This has been all over the place, if I'm being honest with you. Actually, I'm not going to put Tuesday. I'm looking at my tentative schedule here, and I don't see Tuesday at all. At least not often enough that I need to put it in here. I have been trying to be consistent with Monday, Wednesday, Friday posts. And I mean, I'm a fairly consistent poster, don't get me wrong, but in the in Q4, YouTube sent me a message and they were like, "Hey, you might want to reconsider when you so I'm going to do bonus day here. Actually, I'm just going to do Saturday and Sunday because when I do have a bonus day, it's usually Saturday and Sunday. But they were like, you might want to reconsider when you post your videos. So why don't you try these times? And I did. I said, okay, well, I'll try it. So I changed up my schedule. And I've actually struggled a little bit, like making that schedule work for me. So in 2026, I might go back to my original schedule, which was, my original schedule was Sunday, Tuesday, Thursdays. And YouTube suggested I switch it to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I don't know. That just goes to show, just because somebody suggests something to you doesn't mean it's going to work, because that doesn't work very well with my particular schedule, like my work schedule and things. And I've just found myself, I don't know, it just feels like I became really inconsistent when I changed it, and I started to post videos all over the place, and I don't like to do that because that's more stressful for me. So anyway, I'm all off tangent. So I have the week here. I start with a Monday, and then I put the days of the week that I typically post. So then I come in and I look at what I kind of planned, and if it works, I put it down. Now I already know, like this first week in December, which starts next week. I'm filming this the week before. I am going to need to switch these around because I want to do my December catch-all setup, which I've already filmed. Thank God that I filmed that. because I have so many videos to post. I need to make sure the stuff is filmed. But I've already filmed that. So that will go out on Monday as expected. What I'm thinking about changing is changing this plan with me to Wednesday. The reason I do that, I want to change that, is I write so big, you guys. The reason I want to change this to Wednesday and move the budget setup probably to Friday is that I want the plan with me to be for the week of December. I mean, the month of December in my catch-all. So I was like, it kind of doesn't make sense to set up the catch-all and then wait a whole week and do a plan with me setting up the month for the catch-all, when Monday I'm probably going to do another catch-all video. So it was just like, okay, I need to balance this out a little bit more. And I wanted to do that plan with me closer to the catch-all setup because those videos are related. So I decided to switch this around, and I'm going to move this budget setup to Friday. I have more flexibility with my budget setup videos because your budget is your budget is your budget. It's not necessarily time bound. Do you know what I mean? I can show you my December budget December 1st or December 10th. It's still my December budget. And I can get you caught up on my budget on any of those days. Versus if I miss the week of December 1st in my catch-all, it doesn't make sense for me to come back and show you that week 2 weeks later. Do you know what I mean? So I have a little bit more flexibility in my budget videos. So I'm going to move that to Friday. And then my 2026 lineup video is going to be my bonus video for the week. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, that looks good. And if I have to change it, that's fine. That's why I use my erasable pens when I do this. So the 8th, it looks like I'm going to do my 2026 catch-all setup. That's a pretty big video. Okay. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do my 2026 work setup. So clearly this second week in September is when I'm planning my 2026 setup videos. My 2026 budget setup. And it's kind of important that I do it. I said September. The second week in December is when I'm planning my 2026 setup videos. So you may think, why don't you do that later in the month? But this is the thing. There are several reasons why I don't want to and why I actually can't. Let's go by can't, because that's the easiest one. The week of the 22nd, that's Christmas week. And I have family coming in. They're staying the entire week. So I won't be able to film anything that entire week. So if I try to wait to the week of the 29th to post all these setup videos, I'm going to have to... I'm not going to be able to film them, basically, is what it is. So I need to get them filmed early and out the way. And so that's why I'm not waiting. One of the reasons I'm not waiting to end of the month, because I have family coming here. And these videos that I post during this week, well, not during this week, but during this week, the week of the 29th, these have to be low editing videos, right? Things I can film quickly because I'm going to be preparing for family to get here. I'm not going to be able to film the week before. So I need to be able to basically come in on Sunday, because I think my family's leaving Saturday after Christmas. I need to basically be able to come in late Saturday and early Sunday and quickly film the videos that are going to go up the next week. So that means those videos are going to be like doing my budget review, because I don't have to decorate anything there. Doing my planner flip through, because it's just a flip through. The planner's already done. looking at my work planner in review, those type of videos where I can just sit down and talk to you. Not a lot of editing, not a lot of prep. And I have to do that because I have family coming. I'm not going to be available. So that's why I can't do it, right? The reason I don't want to do it is a lot of times I will set this up the last week and then I don't have time to actually work in the planners. Like, I use my planners, you guys. I just don't set them up just for these videos. So I need to actually plan my 2026 budget in my 2026 budget planner. I need to plan my annual goals in my work planner, my work content for 2026 in my work planner. If the planner's not put together, I'm not going to be able to do that. So do the setup videos, and then my planners are ready to go for the rest of the month. And this week when I have family, I don't have to film myself working through my 2026 goals. I just do that because that's personal to me. So this will be a planning week instead of a filming week. So that's how that is set up. That was a lot to say that. So December 8th. I have 4 videos. What's the third one? Oh, I might do a Black Friday haul as a bonus video. Maybe. It depends on if I've gotten my product from my Black Friday purchases. I order a lot from Live Love Posh, and she's generally slow with Black Friday shipping, if you didn't know that. I think she holds all of her Black Friday orders until like the week of Black Friday's over, and then it takes like several days to ship out. It's odd how she does that to me. But it means that your order generally won't ship until like 7 to 10 days after you've ordered it. I find that frustrating personally, but I put up with it for Black Friday that's another reason why I try to order as much as I can at once, because I have no patience for extended shipping like that. I prefer to, if I need to pay for express, I will pay for express, but she doesn't offer express. So, okay. So this week I have a bonus video of 2026 channel plans. This is definitely tentative. I don't know if I'll do that. So most of my videos are really front loaded. Again, big holiday week, family coming in, not going to be able to do a lot. I will have a plan with me. I will not be posting on Christmas or Christmas Eve. That Friday, I will post again. So Friday after Christmas. Oh yeah, and I'm also going on a New Year's Eve trip. So that's another reason I couldn't do my goals. I didn't want to do my budget setups at the end of the month. So I'll do January perks. This will be in more than enough time for you guys to see what the freebies are for January and get them downloaded. And then this week, when I get back, or before I go on my trip, I can post the 2026 planning system. I don't even know what this idea was, but I'm going to leave it in here because it must have meant something. I think this is me going over how I'm going to use my catch-all planner in 2026, because I'm using it in a slightly different way. And then this is getting into January, but I put this on here so that I can know what's coming up. I will be reviewing my 2026 budget setup. So my actual budget goals and information, I'll be reviewing it here. I'm doing the budget planner setup. That's just putting it together. This is coming back and saying, okay, this is what I've worked on in my planner. This is what my goals look like. This is how I've used those sheets. This is what we're going to work toward in 2026. That's what that is. And then Saturday for a bonus video is 2025 catch-all planner flip. So I'm going to plan to do my 2025 flip through Saturday, at least for my catch-all. And then Sunday, kicking off the new year, I'm probably going to go back to posting videos on Sundays. But we are going to do the 2026 work planner review. I wonder if that should have been 2025. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this is my monthly video schedule for all of December. And I wanted to take the extra time during this video and do this with you here so that you can see how I actually use my planner, the content portion of my planner. These inserts are available on my shop. They are a part of the small business planner. I think it's a full small business planner that's on my shop, and these inserts are part of that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they're listed separately. I think they're part of that planner. So if you're interested, definitely give it a look. But yeah, this is me setting up my planner for the month of December and just getting everything ready to go. So I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a happy week planning.